There is something electrifying about a vibrant community of learning. Providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. A UT education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain a remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spalding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spalding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president, and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls, academic buildings and labs, as well as athletic facilities. Plant Hall even got new carpet and new windows. UT now has more than 3,000 events annually and 200 clubs and student organizations. We have won 13 NCAA Division II championships, and since 2000, Spartan teams have won 35 Sunshine State Conference titles. As a member of the University of Tampa Spartan family, you are a guiding force behind UT's remarkable success. We are alums, students, parents, and friends, and together we are changing lives. We are individuals, yet the greater whole is only complete when we work together. You have helped make UT a vibrant community with growing resources and a superior reputation. Just like in the beginning when professors worked without pay, The spirit of giving at UT remains strong. Last year, nearly $14 million was donated to the university by thousands of generous supporters. When we strengthen education, we strengthen our job force and our nation as a whole. Donations support academics, campus life, and a student's ability to afford an education. Your participation is what matters most and shows that our Spartan family believes in the future of UT. Whatever level of support, your gift is important to us and enables UT to provide the challenging, high-quality education that has defined our university. Thank you for helping UT achieve such great success.
Ranked graduate school. Ranked NCAA Division II athletics program.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sam Schneider, bringing you some Division II baseball action this afternoon. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon between the Embry Riddle Eagles and your number 2 Spartans. Embry Riddle comes in 10-6, 2-2 in conference play, with the Spartans taking Game 1 last night. Embry Riddle lines up as so. Traficante leading off in right field. Britton in center, batting second. Kennedy Davis doing the catching, batting third. Arsena at second base, batting fourth. Reynolds over at first base, batting fifth. Marinello in left field, batting sixth. Vittoria, who was a substitution last night, playing shortstop, batting seventh. DHing Castelli in the 8th spot. And rounding off, James over at third base, batting 9th. Connor Dunham steps on the mound for the Eagles with a 2.86 and his 5th start of the season. UT looks like Jordan Lala will be starting off in center field, batting first. Drew Earhart batting second, playing second base. JD Urso playing shortstop, batting third. EJ Doskauer at first base, batting fourth again. Batting fifth, Santiago Garavito at DH. Anthony Nunez over at third base, batting sixth. EJ Cumbo in right field, batting seventh. Luis Rodriguez out there in left field, batting eighth. And Danny Gutcher doing the catching, batting ninth. And Eli Thurman on the mound for the Spartans as he comes in. 2-0 on the year, making his sixth start for the Spartans on the mound. 27 1/3 inning pitch with 22 strikeouts and a team-leading 0.99 ERA. Beautiful day here at the ballpark at University of Tampa campus. 80 degrees and sunny. We got 10-mile-an-hour winds in the southeast direction this afternoon. Blowing into that right field corner. And we're going to see Camden Traficante for the first time this afternoon. Coming in, batting .265.
Leading off the first inning for the Eagles of Embry Riddle University is the right fielder, number 1, Camden Traficante.
And we are underway with a called strike. Another strike in there as Eli Thurman gets to 0-2 quickly. The 0-2. Swung on in the left field. Rodriguez under it. And that'll be the first out of the ball game. Thurman gets one quickly, only throwing 3 pitches.
The batter is the center fielder, number 6, Alex Britton.
Alex Britton steps in for the first time this afternoon. Batting .340. Fastball outside, ball 1. Another pop fly into left. Rodriguez under it for out number 2. Quick start here for Eli Thurman on the mound.
Batting a catcher, number 7, Jeremy Kennedy Davis.
Jeremy Kennedy Davis stepping in, doing the catching this afternoon. Batting .274 on the year. Fastball in there for a strike. Another fastball on the outside part of the plate, catches it for a strike. Thurman getting ahead early. The 0-2. Fastball outside for ball 1. The 1-2. Ball in the dirt. Great stop by Danny Gutcher back there. Two outs here in the top of the first. The 2-2. Fouled off into the netting. The 2-2 one more time. Swung on and missed. Eli Thurman collects his first K on the mound and heads to the dugout for a quick first. We'll see you on the other side. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv. Welcome back in the TampaSpartans.tv. Eli Thurman worked quickly in the top of the half of the first. Spartans leading off with Lala in center. Earhart batting second, playing second base. And we'll see Urso playing shortstop, batting third. Connor Dunham, as I mentioned earlier, on the mound for the Eagles. He's got a 2.86. This will be his 5th start of the season with 22 innings pitched and 18 strikeouts with an opponent batting average of .213.
Leading off the first inning for your Tampa Spartans is the center fielder, number 8, Jordan Lala.
Jordan Lala, one of the real bright spots last night. A homer shy of the cycle. He's batting .362 on the year. The first one from Dunham. Breaking ball over just outside. Ball one. Fastball outside. 2-0 to the Spartan center fielder. Another fastball up. The 3-0. And Jordan Lala climbs aboard first base on 4 straight pitches. Drew Earhart stepping in. Tampa, Florida product, playing second base for the Spartans. Batting .270 this season. Check over at Lala first. Another check at Lala. He did have 2 stolen bases last night, with a team high 11 on the year. Breaking ball that looks at caught Drew Earhart, and he's awarded first base. Five pitches. Fastball in there for a strike. Dunham gets the sign, takes a look at Lala at second. The 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. The 1-1 to the Spartan shortstop. JD thought he hold his swung back, but field umpire says differently. 1-2. Another breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Kennedy Davis back there. Runners hold. Two on. 2-2 count for the Spartan shortstop. Chopper down the left third base line. Foul. Check over at Lala at second base. The 2-2 one more time. Fastball outside. Full count. 2 runners on for the Spartans. Beautiful day for baseball. The payoff pitch. Outside, says the home plate umpire. And the bases are loaded for one of the hot sticks for the UT Spartans. E.J. Doskow, who's just been on a tear from over at first base. Batting .406. A team leading 5 home runs, along with 16 RBI. And gets Doskow swinging on the first pitch he sees for strike one. The 0-1. Ball inside. Gets it to 1-1. Fastball up and away. Ball 2. The 2-1. Fouled off on the right side. The 2-2. Ground ball up towards the middle. Arsena throws it on the first, and the Eagles do get a double play, but not before Jordan Lala scores from third base as the Spartans take an early 1-0 lead, just as they did last night. Scored one in the first. Scored another today. Garavito steps in for his first time tonight. Went 1 for 5 last night. Behind the dish. Breaking ball into the dirt for ball 1. Garavito on the year, adding .375, a couple of homers, 10 RBI. Fastball fouled into the netting. Strike 2. Strike 1, excuse me. The 1-1. Breaking ball flicked over for a strike. Garavito, the DH in game 1 this afternoon. Into the dirt for ball 2. Earhart over at third base. 2 outs, 2-2 count. Down and away for ball 3. Spartans getting in some deep counts early. The 3-2. Fouled off towards Straz Hall. The 3-2 one more time. Puts one in the center field. That's Alex Britton to make the catch. And that'll be the ending inning. Not before the Spartans get one with a fielder's choice from Doskow. And that'll be it after 1. The Spartans lead 1-0. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv. Welcome back in. Timo Arsena steps in for the Eagles. Reynolds and Marinello do up this inning. First one to Arsena. Pulled down the right field line for a loud foul ball. Fouled off in the screen for strike 2. Arsena last night, 2 for 4, 2 runs and an RBI. The 0-2 from Thurman. Outside for ball 1. Pop fly foul over our heads here in the press box. Another one outside, ball 2. Chop foul down first baseline. Upstairs as the count goes full after Thurman was up 0-2 on Arsena. The 3-2. Fouled off in the netting. Timo Arsena on the ear. 3:23. couple of homers, 13 RBI, and 11 runs. A breaking ball by Thurman gets Aracena for out number 1, his second of the afternoon.
Now batting the first baseman, number 23, Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds stepping in for the Eagles. Went 2 for 3 last night. A 1 run. 1 RBI. Along with a walk. Puts in one into right field. Gets over Cumbo's head over there in right field. And he's going to stand up comfortably on second base with a double. As the Eagles get a base runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the second.
Number 17, A.J. Marinello.
A.J. Marinello. Team leading 368 on the year. Fastball fouled off down right field line. Marinello last night, 2 for 4, a run, along with a strikeout. Thurman gets the sign. The 0-1. Fastball inside for ball 1. Eagles looking to answer after Spartans put one across in the bottom half of the first. The 1-1. Into right field. They're going to wave Reynolds home as Marinello gets an RBI. And the Eagles tie up the ball game in the top of the second.
Now batting is the shortstop, number 2, Kevin Vittoria.
Kevin Vittoria has the duty of the shortstop this afternoon for game 1. Called for a strike on the outside part of the plate. The 0-1 fouled off into the seats back here. Vittoria on the year, 231 with a homer. 0-2 breaking ball. Down and out for ball 1. 1 out here in the top of the second. Man aboard for the Eagles. Thurman delivers. Fastball up and away. Gets it to 2-2. After a quick first, Thurman looking to get out of here with just 1 run. Check over at Marinello at first base. Another check over there. The 2-2. Ball outside, another full count. The 3-2. Runner goes. Ball 4. 2 men aboard. 1 out. As Tyler Castelli climbs in for his first time this afternoon. Pitching coach Sam Militello. Sure, just telling Eli Thurman, get us a ground ball. The first one to Castelli. Fouled off behind the Spartans dugout. The 0-1 from Thurman. Gets Castelli swinging and gets ahead 0-2. The 0-2. Gets Castelli swinging for his third strikeout this afternoon. Spartans have 2 outs as the 9-hitter Andre James steps in.
Number 29, Andre James.
Andre James made a beautiful play down the third base line last night as he went 1 for 3. The first one from Thurman gets James swinging for a strike. The 0-1 down for a ball. The 1-1. Out to right field. Cumbo looks to be under it. And that'll be all as the Eagles scratch one across to tie the game in the top half of the second. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv. Welcome back in. The Eagles get one back after the Spartans scored in the bottom of the first. 2 up for the Spartans. Anthony Nunez, Cumbo, and Rodriguez. Nunez last night, 0 for 2 with an RBI and a walk, along with a run. First one to Nunez, out for a ball. Fastball up and away for ball 2. Chop back up the middle. Arsena collects it, fires over to Reynolds for out number 1. First one to the Spartans' right fielder. Up for a ball. Cumbo on the year, batting .394. A couple of homers. Fastball in there for a strike. He's played in all 18 games. One out for a ball. The 2-1. Fastball up and away. Cumbo gets ahead early with a 3-1 count. And ball 4. Couple of walks here for the Spartans. Check over a Cumbo at first. Breaking ball in there for a strike 1. Rodriguez in 10 at bats, batting .300. Another check over at Cumbo at first. Cumbo does have 1 stolen base on the year, but has been caught twice. The 0-1. Another one in there for a strike. Dunham gets ahead early, 0-2. The 0-2 to Rodriguez. Fastball up and away for ball 1. The 1-2 from Dunham. Breaking ball. Rodriguez gets a piece of it. That's Traficante tracking it down in foul territory for out number 2. Cumbo stays at first. And the first time we get to see Danny Gutcher doing the catching this afternoon. Gutcher on the year, batting .229. Played in 11 games. With 5 RBI on the year. Another check over at Cumbo at first. Fouled off by Gutcher. Two outs in this bottom of the second. 0-1 fastball in there for a strike. The 0-2 to Gutcher. Fouled off into the screen. Great snag by a fan by there. The 0-2 one more time. Fastball outside for ball one. The 1-2 from Dunham. Runner goes. Breaking ball sliced in the right field. Cumbo is going to be held up at third, but great hit and run by the Spartans as Danny Gutcher gets his first hit of the afternoon. And a first and third for the Spartans' top of the order, Jordan Lala. A walk to lead off in the first. Manning scoring position for the Spartans, center fielder. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Dunham gets Lala swinging on strike one. Ball in the dirt for ball one. The wind seemed has changed a little bit, blowing back into center field more. Around first pitch, it was more in the right field corner. But the flags and the cranes on the cranes have changed direction. Ball two outside. Dunham gets the sign, he sets. The 2-1. Gets Lala swinging again. 2-2. 2 out, 2 men aboard for the Spartans. The 2-2. Fouled off. The 2-2 again. Runner goes from first base. Gutcher didn't beat the throw, but beats the tag and is safe at second base as the Spartans now have 2 runners in scoring position. Full count, 2 outs for the Spartan center fielder. The 3-2. Fastball hit on the ground to Arsena. Collects it and throws over to Reynolds. And that'll be all as Dunham keeps the game tied. We're going to get you on the other side of this break. You're watching TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can. And then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Welcome back in. If you're just joining us, we got a tie ball game here in the top of the third. 1-1. Eli Thurman heads out for his third inning this afternoon. He's got 3 strikeouts on 37 pitches thrown. Due up for the Eagles is the top of the order. Traficante, Britton, and Kennedy Davis.
In the third inning for Embry Riddle, the batter is the right fielder, Traficante.
Traficante, his first time around, flew out to left field. As Thurman gets him swinging on the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Swung on and belted in the right field. And it's going to sneak out of here. As Cumbo thought he may be able to grab it, but sneaks over the fence. And the Eagles take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third. That's Traficante's 4th home run on the year, which is the team lead. And Alex Britton sees a strike as he flew out to left field in the first. The 0-1 from Thurman, ball outside. Thurman gets one across for strike 2. The 1-2. Thurman thought he had him, but the home plate umpire says no. 2-2. The 2-2. Fouled off. The 2-2 again. Chopped over Doskow at first. He says, I'll take it myself. And that'll be the first out this inning. Jeremy Kennedy Davis steps in for his second time. Struck out in his first at-bat. First one from Thurman down and out for ball 1. The 1-0. Chop foul towards the Spartans bench. Kennedy Davis puts one in the left center field. Lala looks to be under it, and that's out number 2 in the top of the third.
Second baseman, Timo Ursena.
Timo Ursena steps in. Struck out in the second. Sees a first pitch strike from Thurman. The 0-1. Ball outside, 1-1. Rip foul down the right field line. The 1-2 Bounce in the dirt for ball 2. Two. Nunez picks it up foul. Two outs. 2-2 count. Thurman deals. Ripped down the first base line. Doskow jumps and catches it for the last out of the inning. A home run from Traficante as the Eagles take a 2-1 lead. We are heading to the bottom of the third. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
I pledge. I am an NCAA student athlete. And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Welcome back in. Connor Dunham back out there on the mound for his third inning of work. Due up for the Spartans in this inning. Earhard, Urso, and Doskow. Earhard was hit on the first pitch he saw. And he swings at the first one he sees for strike one. The 0-1. Curveball in there for a strike. 0-2 on the Tampa second baseman. Fastball down and out. The 1-2. Drew Herod gets a fastball he likes and puts it in the center field. His first at bat. Breaking ball flicked in there for a strike. The 0-1 to Urso. Foul off into the Spartans dugout. Watch out over there. The 0-2 to the Spartan shortstop. Curveball in there called for strike 3. J.D. Urso didn't like that one. First pitch, Doskow for a ball. The 1-0. Ball down and away for ball 2. To the Spartans, first baseman. Ball up. 3-0. Fastball in there for a strike. Tampa men's lacrosse played earlier this afternoon. They just finished up and beat Palm Beach Atlantic 19-4. And a fastball just out as Doskow reaches first base on a walk. Spartans DH, Santiago Garavito, flew out to center in his first at-bat. One out, 2-minute board for the Spartans. The first one to Garavito. Curveball up and in for ball 1. The 1-0 from Dunham. Down and out for ball 2. The 2-0. Fastball up and away. Garavito ahead 3-0. Dunham takes a peek at Earhart at second. Gets the sign, he fires. And a 4-pitch walk to the Spartans DH. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for the Spartan third baseman, Anthony Nunez. Grounded to second his first time. Ball in the dirt. Earhart thought about it for a second at third base. Middle infield and double play depth for the Eagles. Dunham gets the sign. The 1-0. Curveball outside and up. 2-0. Seems to be some action over there for the Embry Riddle bullpen. To 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike. The 2-1. Fastball away. 3-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2-1 ball game. And a called strike. Some of the UT faithful disagree. And a full count for the Spartan third baseman. The 3-2. Fastball up and away. And that'll tie the ball game up. And that's going to be all for Connor Dunham. 2 1/3. 2 earned. 2 hits with 6 walks. We're going to take a break. We'll see you on the other side, and you're watching TampaSpartans.tv.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Welcome back in. Embry Riddle makes their first change in the afternoon. As Casey Keller mans the mound and inherits bases loaded. He's got a 6 ERA on the year. He's 1-1. With 7 strikeouts.
Definitely don't envy having to inherit the bases loaded here. And you got even more pressure because you just conceded a run. Now you need to get out of the jam.
Yeah, not an easy task for the Embry Riddle right-hander.
I'd say what's even harder is that even though you're facing the Spartans' 7th batter, that's still E.J. Cumbo. And you know he's got some pop behind his bat, and you know he can deliver when it counts.
Absolutely. Embry Riddle used 2 guys last night, Marinac and Harrison.
Now batting the right fielder, E.J. Cumbo.
E.J. Cumbo earlier this afternoon in the second with a walk. Keller sets. First one to Cumbo. In there for a strike. The 0-1. Chopped on the ground. Gets through. Doskow is going to score. And the Spartans take a 3-2 lead with a single from E.J. Cumbo.
Victoria on the dive. He tried to get it, but he wasn't able to get it. Run goes home. I will say the good news is it was pretty shallow. Marinello was on top of it quickly. Didn't let Doskow go, or didn't let Yervito go any further than third.
Luis Rodriguez steps in for his second time. Flew out to right in foul territory. First one to Rodriguez. Field umpire says he went for strike one. Bases loaded, still one out. The 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike gets Rodriguez swinging.
Fooled him that time. That's a very well-placed curveball there. Just gets the big swing, and it's important to get a strikeout with the bases loaded like this, because even if you're able to get a quick round out, that's probably a run coming home.
The 0-2. Called for a strike. Strike three. Rodriguez disagrees with the call. And 2 outs for the Embry Riddle right-hander. Danny Gutcher, a single his first time around in right field.
I think for Rodriguez on the previous call, he was a little bit disappointed. I think it was the right one. The slider, I think, landed up the middle.
Gutcher puts one into left field. They're going to send Nunez home. The relay, and he's safe. A throw to check on Cumbo at second base, but the Spartans put 2 across and another single for Danny Gutcher as they take a 5-2 lead in the bottom of the third.
Gutcher now 2 for 2 on the day, and I have to say I'm happy to see him playing. He's a player I think the Spartans need to get more active. Obviously, it's tricky. You've got to also manage Garavito at the same time, both of them among the better Spartan hitters. But when Gutcher's played, he's usually done quite well, whether it's defensively or with his bat. If you find a way to get them both in the lineup more often, I think the Spartans will keep finding success from them.
Absolutely. First pitch to Lala, up for a ball. Spartans have put across 4 in this bottom of the half of the frame. Good answer to a home run by Treficante last inning. Another ball downstairs for ball 2.
That's going to help Thurmond out as well, because obviously it's a little tricky when you enter an inning 2-1 and 2 runs through 3 innings. It's not bad for a pitcher, but it can be a little tough when you're losing. So having a 3-run lead like this, and potentially more, will certainly help him.
Absolutely. Fastball fouled off back into the netting. Fastball outside for ball 3. 3-1 for the Spartan center fielder. Keller gets the sign. The 3-1. Fastball upstairs as Lala gets his second walk of the afternoon. And bases loaded for Drew Earhart as they bat around this inning.
I've mentioned this a few times this season, but when Carson Queso was here at the start of the year, I was up at the booth with him and I asked him, who's the batter you'd least like to face in a high leverage spot? He told me Drew Earhart, and well, you got bases loaded, 2 outs. I don't think you get any more high leverage than this.
Oh, and it's a second hit by pitch this afternoon. A fastball gets away from Keller. Earhart seems to be okay, and the Spartans scratch across another to make it 6-2.
That's how you don't want to concede a run right there. Just trying to give him a high and inside fastball, and it grazes him. The good news is it did graze him because that was pretty dangerously high.
Absolutely.
Got off his shoulder and maybe ricocheted off the helmet.
Yeah. Yes, usually something scary to see. Luckily, Earhart seems to be just fine as he climbs aboard first base. And bases loaded again one more time for J.D. Urso.
And fun fact, Urso leads the team in hit by pitches, 5 entering the game.
And he slaps one in the right field. Gutcher's going to score. Urso waving around Lala. Throw in. Cut off, and they get Earhart at third base. And that'll be all, but not before the Spartans put across 6 in the bottom half of the frame. And they lead now 7-2. We're going to catch you on the other side of this break. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv. Welcome back in. Eli Thurman back on the mound for the Spartans. Got a little run help that last inning. Spartans put across 7. And if you're hearing this new voice, that's my partner Taylor Stillworthy, as he just joined us coming over from men's lacrosse, who got a big win.
Yeah, they were able to take a 19-4 victory against Palm Beach. And I was slotted to start the game, but we needed some help over there. The Bruce was not loose for lacrosse today, so I did a little bit of filling in. Got double duty. Unfortunately, my duties will end, I think, after baseball. I won't be helping out later tonight with women's basketball, as the NCAA Regional is happening just across the street at the Bob Martinez Center. So a very fun weekend for sports on Tampa's campus.
Absolutely. Chopped down the third base line by Reynolds. Yeah, and an action-packed weekend here at University of Tampa campus as the women basketball continue their fight in the NCAA tournament. Fastball ball inside. 1-1 to the Eagles' first baseman. Fastball upstairs for ball 2. Reynolds, his first time around, he hit that double to right field. The 2-1 from Thurman. Chopped on the ground to Urso. Collects. Takes a couple of steps. Fires over to first. And that'll be the first out of the inning for the Spartan right-hander.
Good throw by Urso. Almost took a little too long to get the throw off, but in a spot like that, you need to be careful that you're getting it exactly right. And he did. It was a perfect throw in terms of accuracy, and the power was just able to beat the runner.
Up the middle by Marinello, and it gets by the diving J.D. Urso. And the Eagles get one aboard with 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
We've seen plenty of games this season for the Spartans where teams can go back and forth. And for Thurman, he's going to want a double play quickly here just so he can get out of the jam and keep the Spartans' hot bats with pretty good warmth entering the bottom of the 4th inning. But for Embry Riddle, they'd like to get a couple runs on the board and try to keep damaging the Spartans and eat into the now pretty sizable gap of 6 runs that has formed.
Yep, and that is Vittoria stepping in, the shortstop for the Eagles, and he swung on for a first pitch strike. The 0-1 from Thurman. Liner to center field. Lala looks to have it, and he does. Throw to check on at first, but 2 outs here for Eli Thurman as he looks to get a quick inning. Get those bats, as Taylor mentioned, back in on the box.
Also, of course, his pitch count is around 59 at this stage. Well, 60 now. So a quick inning will also help his longevity, get him through probably 6 or so.
And this is Tyler Castelli as he swung on the first pitch for a strike. First time around in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging. The 0-1 from Thurman. Fastball called to the inside corner for strike 2.
That's a tough pitch to locate, but he was able to get it, and now he's ahead.
The 0-2. Swung on. Down to right field. Acumbo is. Reynolds is going to go from first to third. And a single for Castelli, as now the Eagles have a running or scoring position for Andre James, the third baseman.
Gumbo playing deep, just making sure nothing falls behind him, because in a spot like that, Reynolds scores if it gets behind him. So he's in front of it, stays on top of it, and Reynolds, although he's running, he's able to get to third safely. What's also big is that he holds Castelli to first.
Curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Seems to be some more action down in that Eagles bullpen.
The replacement had quite a few pitches to get through the bottom of the 3rd inning.
0-1 from Thurman. Down and inside for ball 1. pop fly in the right field. Combo looks to be under it, and that'll be all. So Thurman leaves McMahon in scoring position as the Spartans head to the bottom half of the inning, up 8-2. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
Embry Riddle's big struggles today, conceding runners with walks and hit by pitches. That's how they took the bases loaded and how they even scored 2 runs with the bases loaded. 1 runner got walked in. Drew Earhart got hit and a runner came in.
Yep, and not an easy task as the heart of the order for the Spartans, Doskow, Garavito, and Nunez do up this inning, who have been a stronghold in the middle of the lineup. And they've been some real hot bats for the Spartans through 18 games.
I think Dosko's big as well. He came on filling a power hole for the Spartans, and he's done just such a good job this season. He's had so many home runs, a lot of clutch hits. He's really been an MVP-level player for the Spartans. He had a great season last year at Valdosta State, and he's gotten even better with his move to Tampa.
Yeah, Conference Player of the Year last year.
Definitely say he's in the running for Sunshine State Conference Player.
Absolutely.
This year.
And he's up 2-0 on Eberhardt. And now 3-0.
Kennedy Davis, I think, tried to frame that one, but just couldn't get the call.
The 3-0 from the Eagles right-hander. And that's going to be a walk on 4 straight pitches for Doskow, his second of the afternoon.
Surprisingly enough for Doskow, actually, that's only his 10th walk of the season, even though he's hitting so well with a blistering .406, a .725 slugging. Pitchers have been challenging him, but today they are taking it a little bit easier. And I think that works out when you're facing Doskow. You just have to be careful. You can't give up a walk then to Garavito like you did last time.
Yep. And a breaking ball flicked in for a strike to the Spartan DH.
And there you heard someone from the dugout singing the walk-up song for Garavito.
Yep, a crowd favorite for sure. Another breaking ball in there for a ball. And some more action in that Eagles bullpen. It's going to be a job by committee this afternoon. Chopped right at the plate, foul.
You have to be careful for the Eagles, though. You can't burn out too many of your pitchers because, remember, you've got a doubleheader here. And we're only in the 4th inning of game number 1. So you got to make sure you have enough arms to get you through game number 2. Could be better here is just get someone that can go 5 innings and just have him pitch the rest of the game.
Yep. The 1-2, fastball upstairs for ball 2. Yep, someone's definitely going to have to take the job of just giving you some innings that you can just eat at and saving some arms for the second one this afternoon. A breaking ball bounced before the plate. Doskow gets to second comfortably. And a runner in scoring position
That was a weird play. The 70-foot curveball bounced off of the turf and off of Kenny Davis' head all the way to the backstop, giving Doskow the free base. But I've never seen a ball do that on a very short pitch like that before.
Eberhardt gets the sign. The 3-2. Fastball upstairs, and that's going to be back-to-back walks as the Spartan third baseman going to step in for his third time this afternoon.
Tampa's had just 5 hits in the game, and they've scored 8, primarily because they've just been really good at getting runners on base. And unsurprisingly, there's going to be a conference on the mound to just make sure Eberhardt is not completely drowning out there.
And it looks like there is going to be a change.
Oh, wow.
I believe that's...
Might have heard 45 potentially, if that's 45.
He pitched last night. Looks like it's going to be 46. Keegan Perez, the sophomore right-hander.
Keegan's had 2 games. He's gone 3 2/3. Not perfect, but he does have a 3-2 strikeout walk ratio, which is a little bit better than I think Eberhardt's ratio had been entering the game, and they're hoping that he'll be able to throw strikes. I'm not surprised to see a change immediately after 2 batters, but I'd say Eberhardt has enough stamina to probably go in game 2 if they need him to.
I'm assuming that's probably the thoughts from Stiegel, the manager for the Eagles. Probably could use him in game 2. Yep, tough outing for Eberhardt. 2 walks. Couldn't get an out.
We'll say at least that he didn't concede a hit.
Absolutely. That's just that's been the problem for the Eagles. Just a lot of walks, a lot of free bases for the Spartans.
And we'll say free bases aren't good, especially with the leadoff walk. My colleague Jack Ike, who isn't here today, but normally he mentions that a leadoff walk, 66% chance at the time it'll score.
Yeah.
And I'd say at this rate, it's probably got a slightly better than 66% chance with now that runner on second with no one out.
Absolutely.
You also have Nunez, Cumbo, and Rodriguez to worry about. And, of course, the hot Danny Gutcher, who leads the team with 2 hits.
Yep. Yeah, walks and errors will kill you. Although no errors this afternoon, but a handful of walks, as we mentioned. And Anthony Nunez is no one to mess around with, as there's been a lot of hot sticks, and he's one of them in this Spartan lineup. Hits from both sides. Obviously, he's just seen righties today, so he'll hit from the left side. Fastball in there for a strike to the Spartan third baseman.
I know Embry Riddle's coach is just ecstatic to see the first pitch strike being thrown there. He wants someone who will challenge the batters and not concede too many walks at this stage of the game.
The 0-1 to Nunez. Ball outside for 1-1. Perez gets a sign. Looks like Doskow fires. Ball downstairs for ball 2.
I think it's clear that Urso's told his batters to be careful and not get too aggressive. And, it's been working so far. But I have a feeling Perez will find the center of the plate here with a strike on this pitch.
The 2-1. Pop fly. Vittoria looks to have it, and he does for out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, a lot of deep counts for the Spartans. Something you want to see. I mean, you got to make the pitchers make some pitches. And thank you.
Thanks.
And the Spartans definitely had seeing some pitches. Gave them that 7-run inning in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-men aboard, 1 out for the Spartan right fielder. Fastball up and away for ball 1.
Cumbo brought home an RBI in his previous at-bat. That was with the bases loaded. Bases aren't loaded here, but gets a hit into the outfield. He could load him or even score Doskow.
Fastball Into right field. Stop signs up for Doskow, and the bases are now loaded for Luis Rodriguez, as I mentioned. A big night last night. He's 0 for 2 today, but looking to change that with the bases loaded with 1 out.
I'll say I'm excited to see Rodriguez out at the plate. He was injured to start the season, but it's really cool to see the Florida Gulf Coast transfer getting to work. When he's played, he's done well. As you mentioned, a great night last night and entered the game with a 300 average. I'd like to get that number closer to 300 if you could convert right here. But the bases loaded.
The first one, he flicks one into center field. Looks to be under it. Doskow tags from third and will score easily as the Spartans now lead 9-2 with a sac fly from Rodriguez. Danny Gutcher steps in for his third time. Your guy, 2 for 2 today with a couple of RBI.
He converted again with the bases loaded last time, and runners will be going with 2 outs, so don't think that Garavito wouldn't be able to score from second or even Cumbo from first. Cumbo's got, I think, a very bit of underrated speed. He has a lot of range covering right field when he's playing defense, and that's the type of agility and speed that'll help him on the base paths.
Yep, and that first one's in there for a ball. Bottom of the fourth, 2 outs. 1-0 to the Spartan catcher. Curveball that didn't catch the zone for ball 2. Perez gets the sign. Takes a look at Garavito at second. He fires. Gutcher gets one that he likes. That's going to be back at the wall. And it's gone! Danny Gutcher got a fastball he liked and did not miss it. And that improves the lead to 12-2. What a shot by Danny Gutcher.
How about that for your first Spartans home run? Comes at a good time and expands the lead by a few runs. That's a great hit from Gutcher. And I will say, I think Urso is also going to like that quite a bit.
Yeah, I got a pitch he didn't miss. And that's going to hit Lala. Fastball got away from Perez. And those ones stink for a second. He'll be all right.
Urso's tough. He'll be able to Lala's tough. He'll be able to battle through it. I mean, a lot of the players on the team are tough. Lala, that's his 5th time getting hit by a pitch this season.
Yep, and he's got 2 walks already, and that's his 3rd free bag. Fastball in there for a strike to the Spartan second baseman. Oh, 1 in there for a strike. Perez gets 2 strikes on Earhart quickly.
That's important. Good recovery.
2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Perez gets a sign. He fires. Fouled off behind the Eagles' dugout. First base coach Jose Jimenez making a play.
I was speculating with Bruce last time we was covering softball that you should really give position numbers to the third and first base head coaches.
They're going to check to the field umpire, and that says Drew Earhart did not go. 1 and 2.
Yeah, close one there. But if we gave position numbers to the umpires, 10 at third base, 11 at first, you could record that as a foul ball caught by number 11.
And he gets a fastball and puts it in the left center field. Lala from first. Urso is going to send him around. And another run comes across. That'll be 5 this inning. And the Spartans now lead 13-2 on a Drew Earhart double.
Lala was able to jog home on that hit. That was very sharp into the gap. And for a speedster like Lala, all he needed to do was sprint to second and halfway to third. Turns to center. He's like, oh, I'm safe by a mile coming home.
Yep, 2 outs. You're going on contact no matter what. Able score from first to home.
And let me see. Yeah, we do have another player warming up for Embry Riddle.
More action out there in that Eagles bullpen. JD Urso steps in. Sees a curveball for a ball. 1-0. Urso this afternoon, a walk. Struck out looking, and a single where he got 2 RBI in the 3rd inning. The 1-0. Chopped on over to... That was James over to Reynolds to first, and that'll be the end of the inning. Spartans add 5 more to their tally. They lead 13-2. We are heading to the top of the 5th. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Welcome back in. Defensive change for the Spartans. Nico Saladino enters left field for Rodriguez. And the first pitch, Vittoria sees, smacks in the right field for a single.
I think that's a good change. Get Saladino some action in left field. He's kind of been filling in there in left field. That's been, I think, the most flexible position for the Spartans, depending on who they want to play, because it's hard to fit into the Spartans infield. Dasco, Earhart, Urso, Nunez, that's pretty much a day-to-day lineup. And Saladino and Rodriguez, who are both infielders, I think, kind of by trade, they're able to now kind of fill in back and forth out and left.
And that is a first pitch strike to Britton. Excuse me, that was Traficante with a single to right. Ball outside, 1-1 to the Eagles center fielder. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled towards the Eagles bullpen for strike number 2. Thurman gets the sign. Takes a peek over at first. He fires. Ground ball up the middle. Earhart collects. Flips it over to Urso. On to first for a double play. After a leadoff single, Thurman able to get a ground ball up the middle and gets 2. As the Eagles now have 2 outs.
Love it when they execute a 4-6-3 double play as clean as that. Good toss from Earhart and a throw by Urso to get it in time.
And a pinch hitter here for the Eagles, number 33, Robert Post. We saw him last night. He came in for the injured Bogart on the slide early in the game. Played the rest behind the dish. So that'll be all from Kennedy Davis today. And fouls off the first pitch he sees. The 0-1. Fastball outside for ball 1. One from the right-hander. Chopped at the plate for strike 2.
Thurman would love a quick inning and would do so potentially under 80 pitches.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3 Thurman gets his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. And a quick inning for Eli Thurman, as Taylor mentioned. And we're going to catch you. We're going to take a break, and we'll catch you on the other side. You're watching TampaSpartans.tv. Welcome back in. Keegan Perez still on the mound for the Eagles. Just as we led off last inning, Doskow to lead off again in the bottom of the 5th.
4, 5, 6 one more time, and I think for Doskow and Garavito, they wouldn't mind actually having an at-bat where they can try to get a hit, but so far getting multiple walks, you're still helping the team in scoring.
Absolutely. Doskow has scored twice this afternoon on 2 walks. The first one from Perez in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball in there for a strike. The 0-1. Fastball down and away for ball 1. The 1-1 from Perez. Breaking ball away for ball 2.
And there's Dolan Ross running out to get it. I like to mention it, but Dolan Ross has 2 roles on this team. A great reliever with a nice little sidearm release. And he's also the main guy that likes to hop out of the dugout and get the balls back for the pitcher.
Absolutely. A UT staple the last couple of years. He's the baseball man for the umpire. 3-1 for Doskow. And another walk for E.J. Doskow. And that's 3 in a row for him. And we're going to see Jamarcus Lyons for the first time this afternoon.
I'll say that Doskow, he's got power like Bonds. He wears the 25. And another thing they share, they get walked quite a lot. That's his 3rd walk of the game. But it won't have a chance for Garavito to get a 3rd walk, because instead we're going to see Jamarcus Lyons, and I'm excited to see him. He's a great hitter, and he's had a good season. He's just been so unlucky.
Yeah.
He started to find more luck putting balls in play, but throughout his first 10 at-bats, he had 1 strikeout and 9 lineouts.
Yeah.
11 was the charm. That was when he got a walk-off hit pass short to give the Spartans a lead on the opening weekend.
And a fastball called in there for a strike. Yep, had been battling a bit of a hamstring injury. Was scratched before we started the game last night due to the rain. Didn't want to test it on the slick surface.
I think fair enough. And a shame he's also battling injury. One time he had hurt himself on the base paths, and another time he had got hit on the base paths, accidentally running into it was one of the other players that ran into him when he was covering first. So just very unlucky season for Lyons, but generally he's done well at the plate, so hopefully he can convert here with Doskow at first.
0-2, no outs. Fastball upstairs for ball 1. Yep. Garavito most likely be doing the catching in game 2, so they'll give him a break up 11 runs. 1-2 to the DH. Curveball in there called strike 3. Lyons disagrees, but that'll be the first out for the Eagles in the bottom half of the 5th.
Unlucky, just the off speed, beating him with a front door. Like maybe a little closer to a slider there, but Lyons as well, that's only his second strikeout of the entire season, which is pretty impressive on 23 at-bats. It shows good discipline. And kind of a shame there to see him get rung up like that.
Nunez steps in. He's going to run in an RBI this afternoon. Fastball outside for ball one.
Nunez had a little bit of controversy before. Last week against Davenport. He got in the way of a runner trying to see if he could help his team out on a sac fly attempt, and it got reposted by John Boy Media.
And that's going to be ripped down the right field line. The stop sign's up for Doskow, and Nunez is going to comfortably stand up as the stanky leg is back. We're bringing it back in 2023.
It's coming back in 2023 with the Spartans.
A good knock for Nunez from the left side of the plate. And Cumbo climbs aboard with two men in scoring position with only one out.
Great game for E.J. Cumbo. He's 2 for 2 today. And, of course, he also got on with a walk in the second inning. It's weird enough, he's actually scored on the hits that weren't a walk. Because a lot of the times you'll see the Spartans batters scoring when they got on with a walk. Outside for ball one, just missed. I believe it was a changeup there. Fooling it with an off speed, but just missed the plate.
Yeah, looking at the book here, I believe the only two batters without a walk in the UT lineup this afternoon is Rodriguez and Gutcher. Yeah, obviously, Gutcher's had 5 RBIs today with 2 singles and a home run, as strike one is in there.
And of course, Lyons and Saladino won't have those walks yet either, but Saladino may have a chance after Cumbo should we not see a double play.
The 1-1, fastball outside for ball 2. Perez gets the sign. The 2-1. Inside for ball 3 to the Spartans right fielder.
Great discipline here from Cumbo, and it can be a tricky take, but the slider did just go a little too far inside.
The 3-1 from the right-hander. Slapped into center field. That's got a chance. And it's out of here. Cumbo. Jumbo. 3-1 fastball that he did not miss and put it out to center field. And the Spartans are just pouring it on. 16-2.
I think jumbo's the right word. What a shot from E.J. Cumbo. That's another one. He's had quite a few this season. He had a walk-off earlier. But I will say for Cumbo, he will not mind getting number 3 in that fashion. A big lead for the Spartans. It's looking more like the lacrosse game from earlier than a baseball game.
Yep, and that's looks like to be all for Keegan Perez.
Give it up for Perez, though. He did go 34 pitches, and he did get through 1 1/3. When getting through innings has just been tough so far for Embry Riddle. They're going to hope the pitcher they're bringing in can go the next 4 or 5 just so they don't absolutely torch the entire pitching staff.
And it looks like we're going to have some defensive changes as well for the Eagles. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to let the pitcher warm up, and we'll see you on the other side. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Hey. And we're back at Embry Riddle against the Tampa Spartans. And if you're just joining us, well, you've joined a good game for the Spartans. From Riddle, just want to remind you that today is a doubleheader, so there will be a chance for Embry Riddle to come back, and, well, obviously, they have plenty of time. We're only in the bottom of the fifth. Saladino is going to be the first opponent for the new arm on the mound for Embry Riddle. And Sam is rejoining us as well as Saladino opens his at-bat.
Yep, that's Brock Chance on the mound for the Eagles, as Saladino sees a strike. Some defensive substitutions for the Eagles.
By the way, I believe this is Brock Chance's first appearance on the mound this season for Embry Riddle.
Saladino slaps one over to second base. That is now number 21. Matthew Coker, as he throws off to Aracena. Number 40, Elias Campbell, now in right field. And Dylan Brazil out in center field for the Eagles. And the man of the hour, Danny Gutcher, steps in for his fourth time with 2 outs as he sees a strike from Coke.
Just needs a double and triple for the cycle at this stage.
From Chance, excuse me. One-on-one count for the Spartans catcher. Fly ball into center field, and a great catch by Dylan Brazil, sliding over his shoulder. And that's going to be all, but the Spartans put up 3 more in the bottom half of the fifth as they now lead 16-2. We're going to catch a break, and we'll see you on the other side. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
Eric Linder enters the game for the Spartans. That will conclude Thurman's day, but Thurman should definitely be hoping that they'll be walking away with a win. 5 innings pitched. A good recovery. 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. They'll be up to Linder with a very large gap indeed. 5.1 innings pitched. He's had 3 earned runs. 6 strikeouts to 3 walks. It's a pretty good ratio. Doing a good job to avoid being too walk prone. I think first, though, he's going to want him to throw strikes and get quick outs. Let's see if he can do just that.
Leading off the 6th for Embry Riddle. Now playing first base, Timo Arcena.
Timo Arcena is going to lead off for Embry Riddle. He's come on as a pinch fielder and hitter. Actually, he's only now playing first base. He's actually 0 for 2 today so far. Strikeout and line out for him. By the way, no other fielding changes for the Spartans. Lyons came on as the designated hitter for Garavito. One away is Earhart, makes the quick play at second.
Now batting new second baseman number 21, Matthew Coker.
Matthew Coker in at second base. He was a substitute for Josh Reynolds. This is his second and bat of the year.
Coker takes the strike this time. And indeed, only his second at-bat. He wasn't able to get the hit on his first attempt, but he's going to be looking for a chance this time. Slider gets him, but he holds up just in time for ball 2. Second time's a charm on that slider. And Linder is now up to 2-2. Three straight sliders low and away, but this time it didn't get the swing and miss that Linder was hoping for. And we got a full count here with one away. Coker fouls this one back. Full count one more time. And this one's going to miss inside. It'll be a walk. Runner on, one away.
Now batting left fielder, A.J. Marinello.
Marinello's up, and he's got 2 singles so far. Pretty good start to the game for him.
Yep. Last night, went 2 for 4 as he sees a strike from Linder.
This one's going to be hit to center field. Lala gets under it. 2 away. That's going to bring up Vittoria with a runner on and 2 away. That one misses low for ball 1. That one's ripped to center field. Just a little too much power and not enough distance. Lala gets it for the final out of the inning. 1 walk is all Embry Riddle gets as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Tampa with a very comfortable lead. We'll be back after this.
Leading off the sixth inning for Tampa. And pinch hitter, number 40, Jose Cadenas.
Jose Cadenas enters the game as a pinch hitter for Jordan Lala. Looking to help expand the Spartan lead here. He'll be facing Embry Riddle's two-way prospect in Chance, who's going to be making his debut this season. Back in 2019, he had an 8.3 ERA in 42 innings and a 3.07 average with Seabreeze High School. He's had 2 starts at the plate this year, but is making his first pitching appearance. But always good to have a two-way player, someone who can help you out on offense and defense. 2-1 here for Jose Cadenas. Ground to the short. Cadenas is fast, but he's a step behind, 1 away.
Pitch hitting is number 16, Jorgensen.
Jorgensen enters for Drew Earhart. See what Jorgensen can do with 1 away. He'll get on base with a single. That's Jorgensen's first hit of the season. He's had 1 start and 8 at-bats, and he had been hitless up until then.
Shortstop, J.D. Urso.
Here's J.D. Urso, 1 away, 1 on. And he takes strike 1. Urso sends this one high, but it won't go too far. The left fielder bravely getting it through the sun, 2 away. Marinello, not the easiest play. Another pinch hitter for the Spartans. Here comes Adam Hunt, the lefty power hitter. He's going to likely be filling in at first base for Dosco once the inning is complete as well. 2 hits in the season. 2 RBIs. He's got Jorgensen, who will be running from first. Puts that into the outfield. Could very well bring home RBI number 3. Taken inside for strike 1. That one outside, 1-1. Chance had a clean previous inning where he was able to go in and help put out the fire. And he's got through the bottom of the 6th somewhat quickly. Just needs 1 more out to get through it fully. Now he needs 1 more strike, and that's swing and miss from Hunt. It's 1-2. That one misses. 2-2. Chance checking first. Now from the stretch. Misses outside, and we're full. 3-2, 2 away. Lions on deck. Runner goes, and Hunt is on with a full count walk. For the Spartans, that's walk number 11 on the game. For Chance, that's his first one conceded. And I think that's one of the longest we've actually gone for an Embry Riddle pitcher to actually give up a walk. Jamarcus Lyons now, 2 aboard, 2 away. Chance to try to help the Spartans score even more. Ball 1 taken. Lyons has really improved. He's now up to a 304 average, 522 slugging. Only 2 strikeouts on the season. And that was his most recent at bat. Well, this one isn't a strikeout. It's not deep enough for a home run, though. It looked like it had the power to, but just not enough. It's a fly out to Marinello, and that ends the bottom of the 6th. Spartans get to a board, but they get stranded. Still a 16-2 Spartan lead.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
The designated hitter, Tyler Castelli.
We're back. Embry Riddle at the plate. They've got Tyler Castelli. He's going to fly out. And by out, just barely missing the net. He almost got it over onto the street. 0-1 on the foul. This one grounded over to second and the play to first. That's out number 1. I'll have to get a double check, but it's either Jorgensen or Saladino covering second base. Well, it was not Saladino. Saladino's moved down to third. So I believe that was Jorgensen at second, and he was able to get out number 1. That's going to bring up James. 1 out. Linder misses the slider. Ball 1. That one inside. Ball 2 here. Linder's put some balls in play. The only runner he conceded was with a walk. Could be on pace for another walk at that stage with a 2-0 count here, James. This time fouled back into the direction of the booth. 2-1.
A lot of defensive changes here for the Spartans. TJ Palma now in left field. Saladino moved to third base.
Strike 2 taken, and indeed, I mean, with a lead like this, you obviously expect the Spartans to make the changes. Saladino to third, Jorgensen to second, Hunt to first, and it's Palma, the odd man out, who's going to be moving to left field. I think he'll be the replacement for Anthony Nunez. Strike 3 gets him looking. That's the first strikeout for Linder.
Great pitch. Outside part of the plate. Looked ahead a little right to left movement to it. And gets him looking.
Nice little two-seamer to get that out. Top of the order, Campbell. Campbell came on as a pinch fielder. Now he's going to get his first chance at the plate. Ball 1 taken.
It's his second at-bat on the year there, Taylor.
And I'll say a game like this, it's not great for Embry Riddle, but at least they do get to try out some different batters and make some changes. Who knows, you could find a diamond in the rough waiting for an opportunity like this. 2-0 now for Campbell. Just missing that fastball and very close that time.
Yeah, must have had to been just down below the knee. I mean, that was probably the spot they were looking for, and doesn't get the call. But
Campbell gets ball 4. And yeah, I think after that one being ball 3, it's hard to really bounce back. That one just missing inside. And that will bring up a new hitter, Brazil. He'd like to send Linder to Brazil with a big fly ball here. Try to get some offense going. It'll be his first at-bat of the game, and I'll double-check. He's probably had an at-bat or 2 on the season.
Yeah, that'll be 8 there, Taylor. He's had 10 appearances, 2 starts. He's batting .250 on the year.
So overall, not bad. He's not going to be looking like Campbell and Coker had for his first time getting on base this season. And for Campbell, that is the first time he reaches base, if he hadn't been a pinch runner previously.
Yeah, Brazil's got a triple on the year.
Ooh, wow.
And an RBI.
Puts into the gap. He's got the speed to make it around. I mean, Tampa's outfield will need to be ready. 1-1 off the previous strike call. This one's going to be grounded to the short. And they only needed 1 to get out of the inning, and they do just that. So, with that runner gets stranded once more as we enter the bottom of the 7th. Spartans lead a lot to a little. And that's the final, I think, warm-up pitch for the inning. And I'd have to quickly double-check. They either brought in a new pitcher or Chance has just been wearing the 27 all day. I'd have to assume the latter. Connor Doyle is listed as the 27 on the roster. Let's wait and see maybe if the live stats has the update. But the one thing I know for sure is that TJ Palma leads off for the Spartans. He's going to take ball 1 outside. Palma, in 2 at-bats, he scored 1, or had a hit. And this one likely won't be hit number 2 for him. It's going to go right to Brazil for out number 1. Middleman, he's going to be entering the game. Players facing Middleman. He's had a walk, also a strikeout, and 2 plate appearances and 1 at bat. I know, but he wants to maybe cause some trouble here and keep this inning going a little bit longer. Obviously, he'll have a chance. There's only 1 out. Foul back, and right off the netting, the count goes to 1-1. And we mentioned there have been a few hit-by pitches. Well, hit-by pitches can be trouble, and that puts Middleman aboard. 1 on, 1 away. And that should bring up Jose Cadenas or Saladino. I don't know what's happened with the lineup because Gutcher is actually in the batter's box warming up. So we apologize. If you're following on the stats on the website, you might be very confused. We are also a little confused. But one thing that's for certain, here's Nico Saladino. And here is a deep fly ball to right. It should be caught. And Middleman will go back to first. 2 away. 2 quick fly balls. And that is going to bring up... No, not Danny Gutcher. It looked like it was going to be Gutcher, but instead it's Parker Schlichty. Good to see Schlichty getting a chance. 333 on base percentage. He'll be going catcher the rest of the way, surely. And he'll get a chance at the plate here. This one, hard and inside. I think it was high enough that you could call it a little bit of sweet chin music that time. 1-0. This one lined and caught. A good grab by Vittoria at short. And the Spartans get a runner. And Middleman gets stranded. Top of the 8th coming up next. Spartans still leading by a lot. Embry Riddle running out of chances in this game, but we'll have game 2 right after this. Top of the 8th, and it's Michael DeMoe taking the mound for the Spartans.
DeMoe on the year, 2 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits and a run. He's got 2 Ks on the year. Couple of more defensive changes for the Spartans. That's Parker Schlichty behind the dish, doing the catching. We got Ryan Middleman out in right field for Cumbo. That remains only one starter there for the Spartans, and that is J.D. Urso over at shortstop. Due up for the Eagles, we're going to have Post, Aracena, and Coker.
There's one or two changes in that group, but that is the 3-4-5, and it actually won't be Post. We're going to get, I think, another change, as that's going to be Cameron Martinez, I believe, was what was said.
Martinez, the catcher. His first appearance this year, as it looks like.
He's a sophomore who's majoring in electrical engineering. Let's see if he can engineer a little bit of offense. Grounded over to Hunt. DeMo covers at first.
Close play over there at first. One out here for the Spartans.
First baseman, Timo Ursena.
Timo Ursena. Playing first base now. Steps in for his fourth at-bat this afternoon. 0 for 3. And he sees a first pitch ball inside. Fouled off behind the press box. 1-1, 1 out. And we may sound like a broken record here, but some more action out there in that Eagles bullpen.
I think at this stage, just got to keep whoever you've got right now and let them go that final inning. The game is pretty much all but out of reach. And even though, again, it's never over until it's over, you might as well just try to save your arms for game number 2. That's where you have a fresh slate, start again, and try to take one game in the series against one of the top teams in D2.
Absolutely. You make a good point here. You know, you got to wipe the slate clean and pretend that first game never even happened for game 3, as we are playing a doubleheader this afternoon. That's a big key, is to just wipe the slate clean as Aracena walks to first base on 5 pitches.
Opens up a double play chance.
As it's Coker who steps in for his second time. Or his first time, excuse me. Fouled off into the netting. 0-1. DeMello fires. Change up in the dirt. Another ball in the dirt. Great stop by Parker Schlichty back there. The 2-1 from DeMo. Slapped on to Jorgensen at second. Thrown on to Urso. He tries to get him at first, and the throw's a little late. Kind of a tough turn for Urso, as it was kind of leading him off the bag, and Coker is safe on the fielder's choice.
He had to also avoid the sliding out of Sena there on the play. But a great play there just to try to turn to. It was a good grab by Jorgensen. Gets it on target. It did lead him off a little bit, but very close for the difficulty of the play. And Urso only behind on the throw by a step. That helps out the Spartans. Keeps one runner on, but also makes it 2 away.
Yep, Marinello steps in for his 4th time. He's due for 3 on the afternoon with an RBI in the second inning. Slapped over to Jorgensen. He's just going to flip it on to Urso, and that's going to be any inning. Couple of runners for the Eagles, but not enough. We were headed to the bottom of the 8th, 16-2 Spartans. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
We are back with you here on TampaSpartans.tv. I believe that is Chance is still out there on the mound, hopefully to eat up this last inning here for the Eagles, as they've been through quite a few pitchers this afternoon. Hoping to save some arms there for the series finale later this afternoon. And the lone starter is due up to lead off this inning for the Spartans. Left in the lineup, J.D. Urso.
It's actually going to be Cadenas, Jorgensen, then Urso. But Urso out there getting ready, seeing some pitches. But all three will get a chance. Final chance for the Spartans to try to give themselves a little buffer entering the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, because it will be tricky to hold on to this lead. At a very close game so far. Cadenas, though, will lead off. Grounded out was close, but even he wasn't fast enough to beat the throw last time.
There seems to be someone warming up in the UT bullpen. Maybe DeMo's day is done after just one.
Might also just be ready in case DeMo can't get through the ninth. This stage of his Urso, I'd just like DeMo to get through 9, but have a backup option in case. First pitch to Cadenas. Big curveball. Cadenas actually ducking for. Want to know.
Yeah, it could be one of those situations for DeMo where, you know, you get a bullpen type kind of just get your 30 pitches, get out. But it'll be interesting to see what pitching coach Sam Militello and head coach Joe Urso decide for the ninth, as the Spartans do lead by 14.
2-0 here to Cadenas. 2-1 as it finds the zone. And fouled away. This one driven to right, and that'll be out number 1.
Yep, kind of a curveball. It kind of hung in there. He took it the other way. What you're supposed to do there, let the ball get deep a little bit, put it in the right field, but just hung up a little too long there for Jose Cadenas. McAllister Jorgensen steps in. He's 1 for 1 this afternoon. And he sees a first pitch ball. Base hit in the 6th for Jorgensen. Another fastball upstairs and away for ball 2.
Good discipline so far from Jorgensen.
The 2-0. Outside, says the home plate umpire, for ball 3.
funny because Jordan's reaction looked like it was going to be strike one on the call.
Absolutely, the total opposite. He got a call he liked, I guess. The 3-0. Fastball in there for a strike.
It was 3-0 taking all the way. Unsurprisingly. That one square down the middle.
Yep, still ahead in the count. 3-1. One out. Here in the bottom of the 8th. McAllister puts one in the right field. Elias Campbell out there in right field. Catches it for out number 2.
Pretty easy read there for Campbell. Nothing he really had to do except track it.
Yep, 2 balls he really didn't have to move for. Obviously slicing away from you as the righty hitter headed towards the foul line, but not much to it. J.D. Urso in for his 6th at-bat this afternoon.
He's been pretty active. You can see Coach Urso giving his son one more chance.
Absolutely. As he sees a strike on the outside corner. One-on-one to the Spartan shortstop. Just outside, 2-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Beautiful one that time. Going front door and getting it on that bottom inside corner.
2 outs, 2-2 count to the Spartan shortstop. Over to Vittoria at shortstop. Throws over to first. Arsena makes a big stretch, but is off the bag. And J.D. Urso climbs aboard safely with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
That was a very hard hit ball, and Bruno just couldn't handle it too cleanly. Takes a bounce off of him. Recovers and gets the throw barely, not in time. Good job to run it down by Urso. And I'll say interesting that he does as well. Sometimes in a spot like this, you just see a runner kind of accept the fact, but Urso's the type of guy that will give his effort. Brings up Adam Hunt.
Excuse me, yeah, Bruno over at shortstop. Missed a substitution there, but he squared up the ball well, kept it in front of him. Sometimes you got to wear a couple in the chest, but
hard to keep track of all 16, 17 substitutions we've seen for the game.
Absolutely. As Hunt sees one for a strike. The 0-1. Chopped, fouled right in front of the catcher. 2 strikes on the Spartan first baseman. Two strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Spartans lead 16-2. Fastball up and away for ball 1.
That's one you'd call just a bit outside.
Absolutely. Yep, fastball just kind of got away from him. Probably trying to catch that outside corner, but another pitch away, 2-2.
Yeah, that one is even better, you could say. It's just not a very difficult call for the umpire to make.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you do have tough calls, but yeah. Not even back when baseball had very large strike zones would that be a strike.
2-2, 2 out. Curveball in there for a strike, and Adam Hunt gets rung up with a curveball hitting the outside corner. And we are going to head to the top of the 9th here in game number 1 of this Saturday doubleheader. Spartans lead 16-2. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Welcome back in. Torrin Burns enters from the bullpen. He's got one appearance on the air, which was a start. He's got 1 2/3 innings pitch. He had a tough start. He did allow 4 runs in that 1 2/3 innings in its start. But another chance here. Get some action from guys out of the bullpen you don't normally see.
Yeah, start was against Davenport, and one of the issues, he just wasn't getting a lot of leeway on the calls. He was pitching not too well. It wasn't like he was going way outside or had a lot of pitches that we'd call just a bit outside. It's just that he was getting behind in counts, and unfortunately, it was a very hitter-friendly umpire for the Davenport guys, and that's kind of what hurt him. But I think coming out of the bullpen, he just needs 3 outs. Should be a good boon to his confidence if he can get through it with relative ease. And he does only have to face the 6, 7, 8 hitters. And they're also pinch hitting the 2 for 3 Marinello here.
That's number 4, Chase Bruno, who was playing shortstop earlier. First pitch from Burns. Pop fly and a bit of a no man's land. McAllister Jorgensen gets under it behind second base, and out number 1 here in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, in a play like that, it's important to have good communication. We've seen a few times this season teams just not communicating well enough, and that ball drops or people run into each other. So good job for Jorgensen. Call it out and make the catch.
Castelli on the afternoon, 1 for 3 with a single to right field. As he fouls the first pitch away, he sees from Burns. The 0-1. Popped up. Saladino's under it. Behind third base, and he collects out number 2 for Torrin Burns.
Burns is doing just what I think Coach Urso asked. He wants him to go out, throw strikes, finish the game. And now he's just 1 out away.
The third baseman, Andre James.
Andre James steps in for his 4th time this afternoon. 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 flyouts to right field. As the first one is a ball away. 1-0. Chopped over to Hunt at first. Gets in front of it. Flicks over to Burns. And that'll be the ball game. Spartans take game 2 of 3 in this Sunshine State Conference Series. We're hopefully going to start around 4 p.m. for the last of this doubleheader. Spartans win 16-2 on a big day from Danny Gutcher. And that'll be all. We'll be back in about a half hour as the last game of this doubleheader. You are watching TampaSpartans.tv.